a push-up bathing suit, bro.
Right, right. And they
Yeah, I
said,
see that.
you know, is this really about having a young lady
I mean-
look more attractive, or it's about companies making more money? That was the discussion they had, because they
Well-
were saying there's so much abuse now.
I think, like, well, if you're gonna put your 11, 12-year-old child in a push-up bra, then when an old person holler at them or look at them in a certain way, and
Yes.
you don't get upset because you put your child
Right.
out there. I mean, like, I know when I get older, my children, they're gonna be wearing onesies for a while. So I'm gonna have to wear onesies for a while. So
Now, what are grandmothers missing now? To get back to the grandmother question. You're cool with your grandmother. You know, she's a cool grandma, as the young people would say, and you tell her just about anything. What are grandparents missing now? Because some grandparents seem to be a little too loose and too tight to their grandchildren. So they're a little too loose in the sense that the grandchildren get away with anything, say anything, they spoil them rotten.
the thing is, like, this is for like adults, period. Don't try to be cool. It's not your job to
I
be
see.
cool.
Okay.
Like, my grandmother, people say that she's cool or whatever. My grandmother is still strict at the end of the day.
Right.
And like, my grandmother never tries to be cool. Like, don't put your child out there. Don't let her go anywhere. Because my grandmother doesn't let me go anywhere.
Okay.
But I mean, like, at the same time, trust your granddaughter. If your grandchild is looking for the trust, the respect, and the love from you, then show it. And like, I don't know why I'm like so close to my grandmother. But like, my grandmother, for one, always tried to understand me. I wouldn't say a problem child, but I did used to get in trouble a lot. But like, from church, I used to get in trouble in church a lot. So
I guess a lot of children get into trouble in church, right?
yeah, it's
Or to
harder than
misbehave,
you
walk
think.
out every minute, church bored, that kind of boring, find
Oof.
church boring, that kind of thing.
That wasn't really my problem. I think like I was too forward, like
I
not
see.
forward, but I always, cause like what you see is what you get,
Right.
and like if I don't want to do something that I'm not gonna do, I'm like I don't want to do that.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
so I don't know. I couldn't really say what my problem was when I was younger, but I did used to get in trouble a lot. I felt like I was being picked on, of course,
Okay.
of course, because that's how I'm gonna look at it as
Yes.
a child. But my grandmother, after a while, like first she would just get upset, and then like she would never try to hear my side of the story, or like, cause some adults, believe it or not, they would like, I don't know how to say it.
Sort of
like,
just talk
provoke
down to you and
talk down. Like once
you
you
don't
get a
have any
name,
legitimate reason for this or
you're like, people aren't supposed to gossip at all. But like once you get a name, like if you get the name that you're rude, then everybody just gonna look at you like you're
That's
rude.
true.
So.
That's true.
And then like nobody's gonna really respect you, or like when like, so because you know everybody thinks you're rude, they're gonna just treat you like you're a rude child, or come up with you as like with the attitude, and like no child wants to be treated that way.
Right, right.
So my grandmother at first, she would always come to me and beat me and why did you do this and blah, blah, blah. And then like she'll come to me talk about it after, like what really happened. I'm like, so like one time I got sick of her hitting me,
And then asking you
and then
later on
asking
what
me
really
later what
happened.
happened. I'm like, Grandma, you know, I sat down when she was in a good mood and I'm in a good mood. I'm like, Grandma, you know, you hit me first and then you ask questions later, and then you realize like, oh, that's what happened. Like, so like, I was like, how about next time? Because there's gonna be a next time.
Right.
How about next time? Hopefully there isn't. But
Yes.
when this happens, we ask questions first,
Yes.
not ask questions later, because it's embarrassing to get hit. Nobody wants to get
I
beat
know,
in front of
especially
the
in front
person.
of your friends and
Not in front of my friends, because my friends know
Okay.
my grandmother or whatever, but like more in front of the person that got you in trouble.
I
And
see,
you're like,
uh-huh.
Grandma, it's not me. She did this first, and she's an adult. I'm like, yes, Grandma, and she hit me in my mouth. I'm like,
I see.
oh man, and then you can see the adult smiling. And
Right, right.
so after I kept on telling my grandmother, can we ask questions first? Could we find out first or whatever? And she just like, because I used to run from my grandmother. Once I got in trouble, I used to run and hide.
I see.
It's so funny. Probably when I get older, I'll tell more stories about it. I used to run about my church and hide from my grandmother until it's time to go to church, man.
Okay, but I like the part you say about the fact that grandparents
down
need
and
to
talk.
sit down and talk
Yeah.
And maybe there's some punishment
'Cause-
after, right? But
Yeah,
not punish
every
first and then talk
teenager-
after.
Every teenager, I believe, like, we all act out or like, because first of all, we're gonna handle everything differently because we're all different. That's why it's hard for us to be compared to our older sibling or like a friend of ours that you might know. We don't like that at all. It makes us feel bad about ourselves. It's horrible. But like, cause I used to get compared to my sisters a lot, cause they never got in trouble.
I
was
see.
like the bad apple or something.
Right.
But it's not nice to be compared, and at the same time, we all want to talk, and it's like all that stuff gets bottled up in us because we're not gonna come out to you and tell you everything that's going on. Like I guess we confide in our friends more than our family because like not our family but our like the adults in our family because like we think that you guys wouldn't know what it's like because y'all gonna say like, oh, I've been there, I've done that.
Right.
Like yeah, but times are different.
Yes.
It's like
yes.
so different from when you were younger.
Yes.
And that's basically it. Like we all want to sit down and talk. You just gotta give us that time and do not get mad if we tell you something that you asked to hear and we didn't lie.
Right.
Like,
but sometimes we ask, but we don't really want to hear,
yeah.
right?
So,
We want to hear, but we don't really want to believe that
Yeah,
that's
'cause
what
when
the truth is.
when my mother, my grandmother was like, "Oh, do you like boys?" I'm like, "You really want to know if I like boys?" I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm 16 now. I
Right.
should be liking boys.
Yes. Tell me
So I
about
was like-
gangs before, and that's going to be off, and then we leave it there for today.
Okay.
But tell me about gangs, because I know you have something interesting to say about that, at least from the time when we
But
had you
people in
talk
the
to the
gang,
adults.
yeah, people in the gang is like, I would never look down on them. A lot of them have family problems. A lot of them need help, and
Do you think a lot of them are just angry young people?
they're really angry. And like, they're really angry, and then it's like a family to them. You cannot tell them that this person is not their brother because they feel like that's their brother. They know that that person is going to be there for them at the end
So
of
the
the
family
day.
has failed in some way?
Yeah, I feel like
The family,
most of them will
families are
probably
failing?
foster children or like they would.
I see.
Most of them are foster children because I have a couple of friends that are
That's
in the gang.
interesting.
But most of them are foster children, and most of them have a lot of problems at home and just don't want to be at home anymore because it's too frustrating for them, and they don't have anybody to talk to. But then, like, people will always confide in like somebody in that has like the same problem as them. Like, if I don't like my size and you don't like your size, then we have something to talk about. If I don't
Okay.
like my family and you don't like your family, then we
Right.
have a lot to talk about. So that's how they all find each other because they're both angry about something.
I see.
And then it's just a group of angry people, and then like they find